Well, guys, I've been looking through some archives on my laptop here before I just decided to make this video. And I've been looking through this. I happened to look at my Windows XP install media folder. Look what I happened to find. Yeah, original launch date ISO. Where's my mouse? There it is. There it is. This right here is supposed to be the original, unmodified, untouched, pure as can be Windows XP Professional RTM. That means with no service packs at all. Now, I do plan on taking advantage of some of these Windows XP product keys because I do want to install Windows XP on some of these systems that I've got lying around the house. So I've got some Dell product keys, taking off some old Dell systems, and so I plan on taking advantage of them. So why not? So I guess I'll start with the very first system that I know of that will run Windows XP probably for its life. That white box gateway over there. So I need to go ahead and get it out of the corner and hook it up. Let's see what we can do. Alright, so this system here is unique to my collection, if not the most unique to my collection. It might not seem like it at first, but you quickly realize how special this actually is to me. So like every time I've recorded so far, I get a kick message. So this system might not seem special at first. It's a Pentium 4 1.5 gigahertz. It is currently equipped with 512 megs of RAM, but it originally came with 256. It has a 40 gig hard drive, which I'm pretty sure it is original. There is an NVIDIA GeForce 2MX 200 in there. This is around before the GeForce 3 came out, as well as a standard dial-up modem. Has the Intel 815 chipset, so it's not the later 815G, so it only has USB 1.1. CD-ROM drive is original, floppy drive is obviously original, more USB 1.1 ports are on the front. And I'm going to go ahead and start this computer up real quick. It's not quiet by any means. I'm just going to go ahead and let you all see what this thing's running. And by the way, this is a digital keyboard. Pretty sure not a lot of people know about digital. This is actually a very, very nice keyboard. I got this from my friend for free as a Christmas present, as well as a Nerf phone case for my iPhone 5S, in case anyone's wondering. And yeah, this is a really nice keyboard. So in just a moment, once this thing starts up, I'll let you all hear, or actually just more or less see, what this thing is running. But you already know, and you're already going to start shaking your heads. I guarantee it. That's right, this thing is running Windows Vista. That's why there's 512 megs of RAM in it. Because otherwise I would have left this thing with 256. I was actually testing this thing because I wanted to see how well Windows Vista actually ran on an old Pentium 4 1.5. At least the starter edition. This is Windows Vista Starter. Don't ask me how I got it. But yep, here it is. This is base video, which is 640 by 480, 16-bit color. It actually isn't all that bad. I mean, you can use it. It's definitely a usable system, for sure. I'm going to go ahead and up the screen resolution here. It's actually fairly snappy. You'd be surprised. It's really not that bad. So, go to display settings here, and we'll set the TV's resolution. See, there's the welcome menu. Pentium 4 1500 megahertz and 512 megs of RAM. No display driver installed, that's why it says unknown. Well, actually it is, but it's just the Windows thing. So 32-bit color, 1280 by 768. There we go. That's much better. Alright. Now, I was actually using this to test out some things in Windows Vista. For example, I was using it to peruse the help and support stuff and watch the help and support videos that were on the system. So you just go to the Windows Basics. Let's watch Turning Off Your Computer Properly. Is there a tutorial video? I think they have them. I know they've got some videos in here. So, exploring the internet. There's got to be some kind of videos in here. I know there is. Videos. Windows Vista demos. There we go. Understanding the parts of your computer. Let's watch the demonstration video. And you'd be surprised. These are actually very low bitrate videos.
If you're not familiar with computers, you're probably curious about the basic parts and how they work together. Computers come in different sizes.
There's a
and
lot of
shapes.
digital artifacting.
Laptop computers are small, lightweight machines that can run on batteries, so you can take them anywhere. Desktop computers are larger machines designed for use at a desk or table. The parts of a typical desktop computer are the case, monitor, keyboard, mouse, and speakers.
Speakers
Let's
are
take a look
optional,
at how
really.
these parts fit together to help you get your work.
But yeah, otherwise, I don't think this thing's really all that useful on Windows Vista, to be honest, because the hard drive is still crunching badly. You can kind of hear it in there, actually. It's a really quiet hard drive once it spins up, but it's really crunching it right now. So, yep, there we go. So, I guess real quickly before I do format this thing, and I'm going to put Windows XP on this thing, I'm going to go ahead and give you all a sound sample of the keyboard, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of keyboard people out there wanting to hear how good this thing actually sounds. Alright, so I think that's enough of Windows Vista. I don't have any network adapters hooked up to this right now, so I'm not going to be able to try anything fun with it. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into my CD case here, which I am assuming does have the disc.
This does not support USB booting as far as I'm aware, so quickly let's just go ahead and get the CD out. I think it's towards the back. I'm touching this not right. Where's the disc at, actually? I don't know. Should be in here somewhere. There's no Windows 95 disc.
I took it out. I gotta go find my disc. Alright, so that's the disc. You can tell by the volume label. Now, before we go, I'm going to go ahead and show you an interesting thing about Vista Starter compared to every other version of Windows Vista. And that is the awkward backgrounds it actually comes with. There's a lot of different backgrounds you can choose from. Like there's these nature wallpapers that actually look fairly nice. Sorry, I bumped the camera there. There's no traditional Windows Vista background. This is the default background that it comes with, is the giraffes. So I thought that was interesting that they didn't bother to actually include the Vista default background. And also that's a bug where if you didn't set the background, but if you close out the window anyway, it sets it anyway, so it's kind of an annoying bug that they didn't fix. I think they fixed it in an update, but I haven't had this thing connected to the internet, so how would I know? So, yeah. Anyways, yep. I decided to shut it down for a clean boot. I want to see ROM drive does that when there's a disk in it. I think it's F8 for the boot menu. Right? Or was it F10? I don't remember. It was F8, okay. And there it goes. Oh, I know what I should have done actually. Hang on. I'm going to set this back to 256 megs of RAM. This is really not a good monitor cable. Some of that text is really blurry. Installation is still underway. I don't know why you went out of focus there, camera. I actually did just manage to fix the spacebar. You just take a flat blade screwdriver and you pop it off and refix the balancing beam that the spacebars use. Now you got to be gentle when you're prying up on them because you don't want to break the plastic, and especially on a keyboard as old as this, you don't want to ruin its value. So I just refixed the balance beam that sits underneath the spacebar. Now it doesn't have any balancing problems whatsoever, so it works great. So we're just waiting here on Windows XP setup to finish. So like I was saying, this is the original RTM Windows XP, and this is also the volume edition, which means it doesn't have the product activation, so you don't have to activate your product key or anything like that, which is nice because... No, it's not the volume edition, it's the corporate edition, that's what it was. Okay, so sorry about those that tried to go rush to the comments section telling me, oh, you're wrong! Too late. I just figured it out. It was the corporate edition. The corporate editions of Windows don't usually have product activation in them because of the volume license activation agreements that I guess they got to go through or something. I don't know. I just remembered that, so... Yep. Stupid dogs. God, I love the sound of this keyboard. This is an awesome keyboard. Yeah, in order to get into this thing's BIOS, you press F1. I don't have the prompt set up on the BIOS to do that. Oh, look at that. I got the partitioning wrong. Figures. Got the partitioning wrong. I'll have to go in and delete that entry out of Windows once it starts up. I don't know why that was in there, but it was in there. When it shouldn't be. Yep, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this setup and I will be right back with you. Better quit playing that. At least on camera. Familiar display settings. Done. So there's a difference between the Service Pack 3 one and the RTM. That shows the date and what type of Windows you're running. And of course here comes the out-of-box experience with audio included. Volume controls don't work. You just bear with me, the sound is there. This is the first thing came up, of course, was the question mark. All the hardware seemed to detect it correctly, but knowing my luck, that's probably because the system was a launch date Windows XP system. Now this is what's interesting. The internet connection thing is a little bit different because it found the modem. I'm not sure about the onboard Ethernet, but it found the modem, so it's actually asking me what way I'm connecting to the internet. Obviously I'm going to use a LAN connection. Just obtain all that stuff. See, this one, it goes more in depth because this is the professional edition of Windows XP. The home edition doesn't do this in depth. And of course in Service Pack 2 or later, they stopped doing that. Not this time. See, it didn't ask me to activate my copy of Windows. I really wish you could press enter there. And we're done. And obviously if this had an OEM stuff on it, it would have more information if the OEM decided to add that in. Now what I'm planning on doing with this system is I actually have plans of trying to... Whoa, that did not help. I actually had plans of wanting to try and restore this back to as far of a Windows XP launch configuration as I can. Because obviously I do not have the restore disks for Windows XP, and nor am I going to try finding them because they're pretty much going to be impossible to find. Unless someone's willing to do it for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, let's go ahead and increase the screen resolution here so I can see what I'm doing. Ah, crap. I forgot. RTM Windows XP doesn't allow use of widescreen resolution on unknown monitors. So as far as I can go is 1024 by 768. So that's as far as this TV will go vertically. You have to go horizontally after 768 pixels vertically. I forgot. Windows XP RTM has that glitch, and it was fixed in Service Pack 1. Although, oddly enough, Windows 98 doesn't do that. I don't get it. There you go. There it is. Let's see just what XP RTM had. I don't need that. Actually, real quick, let's change that girly picture. I'm changing it to the rocket blasting off. And also, while I was in there, I forgot to enable clear type. I should do that real quick. There, clear type's enabled. So let's see what this thing came with originally. It should have Media Player 8. Yes, indeed it does. And there's the sample song. Playing in a wonderful 128 kilobits, I'm sure. Yep, came out in 2001. Well, it was published 2001. The song was made in 2000. Yep, 128 kilobits. I was right. Now, I would actually go on iTunes and buy that because I do like the song that they play. But I don't got another $1.29 right now to buy it. It's probably 99 cents because it's an older song, but you know, don't guarantee that. Now, of course, they have the tricks up their sleeve with these versions of Windows. So what you can do is you can go into Notepad and you can create a text document that has information in it. They have an article online, and I remember how you did it, but just for reference's sake, I'm going to go ahead and go pull up that link, and I'm going to show you, to those who are curious, how you do it. Okay, so this is how you go in and add your OEM information. This is on askvg.com, and I don't want to actually provide the link in the description because I don't really want to. But this goes in depth of what you need to do, what lines of string you need to type into Notepad, and where to put them. And this also works for Windows 95, 98, 2000, and Millennium Edition. So it's not just Windows XP. So it's different for 9X and ME. You have to put it in the system folder because Windows NT systems have the System32 folder, which is a little different. So in this case, since it's XP, you got to put it in the System32 folder. So that's how you do it. So once you have a notepad open, you basically type in that line of string, and that's how you do it. So you just type in with brackets, and you start typing in the string. I think that looks pretty good, actually. I got the Gateway logo there, and then I put Gateway E3600 desktop PC, because that's what this model is. And I tried to make it sound as professional as I could. Thank you for your purchase of a Gateway PC. For more information or for technical support, please visit our website. The website there. I tried to make it sound professional. Now I need to get a Gateway wallpaper. That's the next thing I need to get. See if I can dress this thing up. Thankfully, my thumb drive works on XP RTM. It just shows up with a stupid warning, if I can get it in there, telling me it's on the slower ports. This computer really freaking hugs them tight. Dang. Now, according to Joel on Fighting Sauce, we are getting the 2002 desktop experience. Of course. According to him. And he wouldn't be joking. Although, of course, there's an inconsistency between Gateway logos, but I don't care. Looks nice. Let's take a look at the old Movie Maker. Which is interesting because they took out the tour. The Movie Maker tour. I'm not seeing it in there, really. 1.1. Oh, I forgot to set up the, yes, I don't care. I forgot to set up the network. Set up advanced connection. That's not it. Network at my workplace, I guess? No. There. Network setup wizard. Yes, that's the one. Some of those computers' network hardware is still disconnected. Before you continue, you must plug in, otherwise disconnect, or otherwise connect all your hardware so you can never disconnect your network hardware. The days of trying to set up your network on XP. I'm glad they simplified that in Service Pack 1, I think. God, I remember when they used to drive people nuts. Can't get on the Internet Explorer yet because there's no internet connection, but this is the original version 6. No updates at all. Now I just need to get Office XP installed, but I don't know where my Office XP disk went. I gotta go digging in for it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be telling me, hey, you need to update that to Service Pack 3, get all the latest updates, and probably apply the Windows Embedded POS Ready 2009 hack to get more updates. Well, I'm going to say no, because this system's special. I want this thing to be as authentic and original as it can be. Now, obviously, I'm not going to have the original software to it, nor am I going to have just the originality of, like, the 2001 experience of, like, Gateway systems. But it's as close as I can get to making this thing as original as I can. And you know what? I'm going to leave it that way, because this thing is essentially a time capsule of what was the original Windows XP. And maybe one of these days I will donate it to some kind of Microsoft museum or something to have this thing run and show just what the original Windows XP was. The original Windows XP RTM. The real deal. Now, I do plan on fixing the OEM logo probably at a later date, so that way it looks correct and time correct. But for right now, this was the original Windows XP. This is what you got back in 2001. You can get much better than this, actually. This thing is really fast, actually. So, maybe one of these days I'll make an update video on it, but I don't think so. So, this was it. This is what you got back in the day if you lunged for a very expensive desktop running the all-new Windows XP. Now keep in mind, this machine was released 5 days after Windows XP was announced to the public. October 25th, 2001, which was when I believe it went on sale. This machine was released October 30th, 2001. Actually, no, it wasn't released. It was built on October 30th, 2001, which makes this thing essentially a launch date system. And if you need proof of that, just take a look at the manufacturer sticker on the back of the unit. I don't know if you can actually see the date back there, but It does say October 30th, 2001. So this is indeed an original launch date Windows XP system, which is why I restored the original software to the best of my ability on this thing, because that was indeed what it was running back in the day. I mean, and this is when this machine was in a school district, and it was last running Windows XP Pro Service Pack 1 when I got it. And I had intentions of restoring this anyways because of just the rarity of the system. Let's just take a look at the old MSN Explorer. Using a modem, make sure that it is connected to the phone line and turned on. I'm not using a modem. Country or region. I'm not in Afghanistan, I'm in the United States. I could be in Afghanistan though if I wanted to. I would like to sign up for MSN Internet Access. Actually, you know what? I don't care. No, I connected using the internet using a high-speed thing. Oh, it's going to bring up the sign-up page, so I better not do that. Well, there you go. There you go.